gender inclusive is so gender intrusive? It's Rhyme and Reason 633.
There's a rhyme and reason for your life. There's a rhyme and reason why.
Hey there, Tony here, and this is exclusive. It's not inclusive. This is exclusive talk today. If you are anything besides a male or a female, if you're anything besides a man or a woman or a boy or a girl, if you consider yourself anything else, matter of fact, if you're a boy who considers himself a girl, or if you're a girl who considers herself a boy, I want all of you who are anything but a man, definitely a man, or definitely a woman, or definitely a boy, or definitely a girl, to turn this off and go away, okay? Do not listen to the rest of this, because you're just going to be upset anyway. So, I don't need a bunch of crybaby whatevers checking this out and listening, all right? Anyone who knows me knows that I've been a guy my whole life. I don't try to hide the fact that I'm a guy, even though my dad used to think that my long hair back then was an indication that maybe I was confused about my gender. But he also had to admit that, I had all the qualities of a man, masculine man, and none of the qualities of femininity. So he at least gave me that credit. But also anyone who knows me knows I've always been a big admirer of women. Yeah, I'm a guy who thinks that women are what we admire, not, the other, And I've admired them so much, in fact, I married one 31 years ago. It's almost 31 years ago. But as usual, women are at the heart of a huge problem. And many of them, if not most, don't seem to even care to try to fix it. Of course, by now, I'm sure you've guessed what the problem is, right? Yeah, if we don't get more gender inclusive mighty quick, I hate to think of where this world is headed. And it's glaringly apparent. Women are the least gender inclusive. That's what you're thinking, right? All that kind of stuff. I mean, come on. Check out what you're talking about here. Look at that word, women. Or even look at the singular form, woman. Are you kidding me? They got the words men and man right in them. In fact, they wouldn't even be words without men and man. How inclusive is that? Well, I guess it's really not the fault of women. I mean, after all, if you're a woman, I'm sure you didn't come up with that word for yourself, right? Because if it was up to you, wouldn't you come up with a word that's more inclusive of the many forms and personalities you got? People are when you want a word that represented that better. Well, maybe you're not sure what other word you could use. Maybe you haven't given it as much thought as maybe you should have. Well, never worry, never fear, Tony Man is over here with a solution that makes so much sense. So much sense, I can't even imagine why no one thought of this before. Okay? Just leave the men and man out. Now, there are women, feminists are going, yeah, that's right, leave the man and the woman. Okay, hang on. I can virtually hear all those cheers, but let's just go with that. Let's just say, yeah, leave the men and man out, okay? And from now on, go with whoa, all right? Think about it. When a man first sees a beautiful woman, what does he do? He thinks to himself, or he says out loud, whoa, right? Yeah? You're going, yeah, no, this is going somewhere good. Let's keep going. All right. And when a woman says something a man doesn't agree with or can't understand, which is so rare, by the way, he thinks to himself, or maybe says out loud, whoa, now wait a minute. And when a man believes all his troubles are the direct result of that woman he's with, he thinks to himself, or says out loud, oh, woe is me. Plus, and this should be the final straw for you as a woman, just in case you didn't know it, you know what? You've been called a woman all this time because, now get this, because a man said so. Say it ain't so, whoa. But it is. Adam, remember him, Adam and Eve. Adam stuck Eve with that gender-exclusive label. He called her a woman. He got to call her what she is, or what he wanted her to be called. And you women, woes, have been forced to endure it ever since. So I say, free yourself from the shackles of the men and the man. Not as an order from me, of course, because I happen to be a man, but just a suggestion, because I'd never want or wish to enslave you with some noun you didn't choose. All right? And to all the men, I say go with the woe. You can free yourself too, because you just don't know when you might get a chance to make it all right. Avoid that shoulder with the low Fahrenheit. Can you understand? Yeah, you got an amen for me? That's what I thought. Go with the woe. And I'll leave it at that for now. This is Tony from TonyFunderburk.com, where it's all about only the most serious of subjects and rhymes and reasons. So go to TonyFunderburk.com, get yourself that t-shirt on the merch tab that says Life Has Rhyme and Reason because God made you.
There's a rhyme